Good afternoon and welcome to Pakistan Today News from our London studio. I'm Chris Taylor. U.S. President Donald Trump says the war with Iran is pretty much over and progressing ahead of schedule, suggesting U.S. military operations could soon wind down. Despite the remarks, tensions remain high as Iran, under new leader Mojtaba Khamenei, launched fresh missile and drone attacks on Gulf countries and Israel. The conflict has pushed global oil prices above $100 per barrel after the Strait of Hormuz was effectively closed to most tankers, disrupting nearly 20% of the world's oil supply. World markets remain volatile, while international efforts continue to secure shipping routes in the Gulf. For more on the impact on global markets, we go to our London correspondent, James Wood.
Thank you, Chris. Energy traders here in London say the closure of the Strait of Hormuz has triggered sharp volatility across global oil markets. With nearly a fifth of the world's oil supply passing through the narrow waterway, even partial disruption has pushed prices sharply higher. Analysts warn that prolonged instability in the Gulf could drive further inflation worldwide and place additional pressure on already fragile economies. Governments and shipping companies are now closely monitoring the situation while naval forces work to ensure safe passage for commercial tankers.
Our thanks to James Wood reporting from London. Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps says it will determine how the ongoing war in the Middle East ends. In a strong statement, the Guard said the future of the region now lies in the hands of Iran's armed forces, not the United States. The group also warned that American military involvement will not decide the outcome of the conflict. The remarks come as tensions continue to rise across the region following missile attacks and escalating military exchanges. U.S. President Donald Trump, meanwhile, says the United States will protect global oil supplies and ensure the Strait of Hormuz remains open. Trump warned that Iran would face a powerful military response if it attempts to disrupt energy shipments through the strategic maritime route. He said Washington is prepared to strike back strongly, adding that any effort to block the vital oil corridor would bring severe consequences for Iran and its allies. According to Al Jazeera, heavy bombardment has been reported in Tehran as regional tensions continue to escalate. The network says large explosions were also heard in Karaj, north of the capital. Intense strikes were reported in Isfahan, where the governor's office and an ancient royal palace listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site were reportedly targeted. Additional blasts were also reported in Tabriz as the situation across several Iranian cities remains tense. The Israel Defense Forces says it has struck an Iranian missile launcher shortly after a barrage was fired toward Israel, triggering air raid sirens across several areas. According to the military, Iranian missile launches were detected late Monday, and interception systems were activated to counter the threat. The attack forced residents to rush to shelters, but emergency service Magen David Adom says no casualties were reported from the latest missile fire. Israel later confirmed it targeted the launcher responsible for the attack. The United States Central Command says American forces have struck more than 5,000 targets during the first 10 days of the ongoing conflict with Iran. According to a military fact sheet, the strikes targeted key military infrastructure including air defense systems, ballistic missile sites, and missile and drone manufacturing facilities. The command also said more than 50 Iranian vessels were among the targets. The large-scale operation highlights the intensity of the conflict as fighting continues across the region. And finally, the United Arab Emirates says its consulate general in Iraqi Kurdistan was targeted in a drone attack that caused damage but no casualties. In a statement, the UAE Ministry of Foreign Affairs called the incident a dangerous escalation, threatening regional security and stability. The ministry stressed that targeting diplomatic missions is a clear violation of international law and urged local authorities to investigate the attack and identify those responsible. That's all for now. You're watching Pakistan Today News. I'm Chris Taylor.